Right, Sarah, can you share with us a little bit about your experience of being a student who was blind in a public school?
I live in DeKalb County and in fact was born here. I matriculated through public schools in inclusion from kindergarten through the time I graduated. Had it not been for my mother's advocacy, I would have attended the school for the blind. And but she insisted that I had friends in my hometown and I needed to go to school there. Because of her advocacy, I was able to attend school here. I don't think I experienced disadvantages in terms of the access to VI teachers. I had my first VI teacher, TVI teacher had just graduated from Peabody, and she was fantastic. I began learning Braille immediately, and also through a device called an opticon. Nobody's going to know about that, but it had a camera that you would roll across text, and thousands of pins in a concave piece of the machine that you would place your finger on. So I was reading print, I was learning to print simultaneously with learning Braille, and then later learning some cursive, which was difficult. But I don't feel like there were any deficits. Then later I had a division teacher that had a PhD. I began learning typing in the third grade, and I can out type just about anybody. I'm quick and I'm accurate because of the discipline that was required and the lack of errors required by my TVI teacher at that time. The one disadvantage I would say about the public school system is access to the Braille texts. Of course, at the time I was in school, those texts were brailled by a group called Tennessee Pirates, who were men in the old prison in Nashville that took correspondence classes. But the problem was the distribution center. And I would anticipate that that type of thing does not happen at the School for the Blind. I have attended different evaluations at the School for the Blind as required to make sure that there were no deficits in my public school education. So I would go for short periods. The main concern I have about the School for the Blind is that while I love the structure with every door always being open or closed, with chairs always pushed up to the tables, with the organization there, it's a beautiful thing. But we must adapt to our world. Our world will not adapt to us, and that is a fact that bears repeating early and often. And I think you come to realize that sooner, or I'm certainly know I did, than other students whom I have encountered that went to the Tennessee School for the Blind or the Texas School for the Blind, any others that grew up in that environment. And so I feel like, despite the challenges, that I am more at ease in my world because of attending public school here.